Yo, you always got to keep bait on your fishing rod. You always got to keep bait on your fishing rod. And when I say bait, I mean that in a figurative way. Like as far as your ideas, things that you want to bring into fruition, things that you want to manifest, things that you want to put into action. So when you putting your fishing rod out there into the sea, you always got to make sure you keep your bait on your rod so you could attract those fish towards you. And like I said, that's a figurative speech, but what I mean in the literal way is that you always want to keep the crowd coming to you. You always want to make sure you have bait on your fishing rod to keep those that specific crowd coming towards you of what you want. Like I said, that bait is your ideas, your strategy, your creativity. Sometimes you can even have that as the way you present yourself. You could walk into somewhere and be like, you know what, I'm gonna wear a suit today. I might not have it all together. I might not have everything in the order that I want, whether it's mentally, spiritually, economically, financially. But you might be like, you know what, I'm gonna throw a suit on and go into this place one day. And like I said, that's bait. That's putting the bait on your fishing rod because you coming with approach to attract certain people, attract certain energy to you, so you could get a different, so you could get a certain result. So you might walk into that place one day with a suit on and just be there chilling, just walking in there with confidence, just saying hey to everybody, being respectful, and then people gonna be looking like, yo, who is that? The way you presented yourself, the way you walked in there with confidence, the way you walked up to everybody, introduced yourself, and just say hey, how you doing, and kept it moving. But that makes people be like, who is that? Who is that person that's well dressed, well mannered, well spoken for? Who is that? I want to know what that person does, or I want to just talk to them to see where they mind at, pick their brain. So that's another form of, like I said, putting the bait on the fishing rod, different things like that. And sometimes you might run out of bait and the fish might leave from that rod. They go somewhere else. And that's in a figurative way, but in a literal way, I mean that sometimes you might run out of ideas at the moment. Sometimes you might not, you might get writer's block. Sometimes you might not be able to come up with new creativity, some new different strategies. Sometimes it's like that. We all are human, but you always want to keep your mind thinking and make sure that you are making those wheels turn in your head still, even when you stuck. Still keep trying to move that wheel in your head and get those new strategies, get those new ideas, or like I said, different new ways to present yourself and go out there to attract the crowd that you want, the things that you want, the lifestyle, whatever it is that you into, or whatever it is that you're trying to pursue or bring to fruition. So sometimes you're gonna run out of bait and the fish is gonna leave, which is the crowd that I'm describing. But that's when you got to keep that wheel turning in your head and keep coming up with new creative ideas, new different approaches, new strategies, whatever it is that you want to do, or whatever it is that you want to bring it to fruition and manifest. And when you do come up with that new bait, you put it back on the rod, you go out there, put it back out there into the sea, and you never know, you might get even more crazy outcomes than when you was using your original bait, because you came with something even better and more, something that's more innovative and even more creative than your first approach. So the fish will even come back more, which is the crowd, the people, the lifestyle, the things that you want to attract and manifest. And sometimes you might get more than what you even bargained for. You might get more than just fish. You might think like, oh, I'm just trying to pitch this head to this crowd, get this little outcome, and you might reel in a big shark, a big whale, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying, I'm being figurative, but in the literal way, you might reel in something that's even bigger outcome than you expected and be more successful than you even expected, and be like, wow, I didn't even expect that. I just came up with this approach, this strategy, this idea in this specific way, and at the end of it, this was the outcome, was something even greater than what I even imagined, or even foreseen, or even thought I had the capability of bringing into fruition. So like I said, you gotta learn to use bait and keep bait on your fishing rod, which is a figurative speech, but in a literal sense, it means keep putting those ideas out there and keep on coming with different ways to approach things. Like I said, you might switch it up, like, you know what, today I'm gonna walk in there with a suit on and just talk, or today I might do this different way, or I might come and present this in this specific way. And then you're gonna run out of bait, which means sometimes you might get writer's block, you might get stuck, you might not know what the next move is, and the crowd might leave, or they might be like, okay, I'm getting kind of bored with that approach or whatever it is, or that idea that this person came with. So sometimes you gotta go back to the drawing board, figure out new bait to bring to the table, and bring that new bait to the table, put it on the fishing rod, and put it back out there in the sea. You never know. That bait might be the more successful way to approach things, and with your new ideas, your creativity, your new strategies, or whatever it is that you're trying to do, the way you present yourself, your whole demeanor, your whole confidence, whatever it is. So that's just a perspective. I like to always leave y'all with perspectives, different perspectives and stuff, so it'll help you, I think. Same way I like watching other people come up with perspectives, and it makes me think. So each one teach one, and we all put the energy back out there to receive it back. And you know what I'm saying? So much success. Keep doing your thing, and to the next video. Peace.